Hello everybody and welcome to Whizbang's Workshop Expansion Cards Review. I'm going to review all cards, hopefully including neutrals this time. And I'm going to give stars which are from 0, which means card is completely not cool, not playable, should not exist. And 6 stars means overpowered, I love it, or overpowered is going to get nerfed. So starting off with Treads of Despair, 1 mana shadow spell for Death Knight. That reads, give all minions that roll deal 1 damage to all minions. This is quite interesting, it's like a Defile. A very interesting card, I would say. Sometimes I'm thinking it's better than Defile. It depends how well your opponents are going, but this is a very good control card against a lot of token decks, a lot of aggro decks. I think it's pretty good. I'm gonna give it 4 stars because I kind of like it. It's like Defile, it's like Corpse Explosion, but not as good as Corpse Explosion, but it could be, so 4 stars. Alright, 2 mana spell, Slick Stitching. Choose a friendly minion, discover a spell that costs 4 or less for it to cast when it dies. This is quite an intriguing spell and I'm very happy with it. It could do some very fun stuff. I would like to discover this card. I don't think I'm going to play this particular card in any deck at the moment, but if you discover this, it's quite a good card. 2 stars, nonetheless, interesting card. 2 mana, 3/2 Undead Mech. Shambling Zombie Tank. And by the way, if I mispronounce or not read the name correctly of the cards, is because the name for the cards for some cards are ridiculous. This minion has Taunt with the battle cry, spend 5 corpses to summon a copy of this. Which is a really good card in hand buff Undead. I've been playing with this card and I gotta say, this card is definitely enabling that specific deck. So I'm gonna give this card 4 stars. It's really useful and has huge potential. 3 mana, 4 attack, 2 health Undead Beast. Rambunctious Stuffy. That has Rush. After you cast a Frost spell, gain Reborn. And of course it has 1 Frost Orb. This could definitely be played in Frost Death Knight, but unfortunately, I believe Frost Death Knight does not really have a place right now in standard format. And I'm gonna give this 2 stars. Has potential, is not that bad, but if he had charge, it would have been pretty much better. But I mean, charge is OP, so whatever. Rainbow Seamstress. 3 mana, 3 attack, 3 health Undead with a battle cry that reads, if your deck started with a Blood, Frost, or Unholy card, gain Lifesteal, Reborn, or Rush respectively. So you could play this in Rainbow Death Knight, which is most likely a very powerful card. Rush, Lifesteal, and Reborn. Sounds amazing. Sounds really amazing, and I did play against this card, and it was quite a very interesting card to see, to behold. I would say this could potentially be like a Ziliax, to be honest, for Rainbow Death Knight, and Rainbow Death Knight is not that bad. 4 stars. The legendary for the Death Knight, Dr. Stichensu. 6 mana, 6 attack, 4 health Undead with the battle cry that reads, discover a 5, a 3, a 3, and a 1 cost minion to stitch to this. That sort of summon the 5 cost minion. I got quite confused how this works. Apparently you do not discover the cards to keep them for you. You discover them to summon. So basically when this minion dies, it's going to summon that 5-drop. And then the 5-drop after he dies summons the 3, and when the 3 dies, it summons the 1. Which is pretty good, I would say. But, unfortunately, a lot of people play silence cards, Amantul, Reno, and oh boy, it was a challenge to make this playable. But nonetheless, it's a really good card. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. This was a surprise, and it has such a huge synergy with hand buff undead. Dark Torn Quill Terror. 4 mana, 2 attack, 4 health, undead Quillbore. At the end of your turn, deal this minion's attack damage randomly split among all enemies. Sorry, among enemies. All enemies, that would have been much better. So yeah, if you increase the attack of this minion in particular, it's gonna be so amazing, and your opponent has to destroy it immediately, otherwise this will do that again and you'll be able to attack as well. It was quite difficult to make this work because people played so much control when I played a Theorycraft, but nonetheless it was still a really good card. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. It has huge potential. And here's the hero card, which apparently you can't see fully for some reason. Gosh, did not know that's a thing. Oh my gosh. All right, so let me just center this really quickly. So the undead 6 mana hero card, the Headless Horseman. With the battle cry that reads, destroy the enemy minion with the most attack. Shuffle my head into your deck. You must get it back. Basically, the hero power is... Where's the hero power? There it is, the hero power. The hero power initially does 3 damage, which is quite useful. But when you draw the head, is going to also discover an undead. That is a very beautiful tool to play in a lot of decks. And it has Unholy Rune over there. It has 1 blood and 1 Unholy Rune, which in my opinion, I'm not a huge fan of those things, but I suppose nonetheless is a good card. 3 stars, it could be better. In my opinion, this card should be 4 mana. 4 mana. You might be saying, what? Yeah, it's really slow. It's really slow. Nonetheless, it's really useful tool. 3 stars for now. If it gets to 4 mana, this is gonna get 5 stars from me, obviously. But for now, it's only 3 stars. And a blood rune spell. Lesser Spinal Spellstone. That reads, give undead in your hand +1/+1, gain 5 courses to upgrade. This can upgrade to +3/+3, which is the max, which is really good. Which I was not very sure how this works when I first saw it. I was like, can you upgrade this to infinite? No, you can upgrade this 3 times, which nonetheless is really powerful with hand buff undead deck. So yeah, this is a very good card to play in that deck. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. And this is a miniaturized card for the Death Knight class. Is a 5 mana, 2 attack, 6 health, 1 blood rune, and 1 frost. Unholy, not frost. It's of course undead minion. Amateur Puppeteer. Miniaturized taunt that will give undead in your hand +2/+2. It's really powerful. The 1/1. It's very good. But I realized and I noticed that this card is really slow. It's good the fact that it has taunt, but it's still very slow. Some folks made very powerful beasts, hunter OP stuff, and yeah, you are not gonna... But nonetheless, if your opponent is not playing hunter, this is gonna be a good card. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. Very good card if your opponent is not hunter or rogue. Moving on to the next class, which is the Demon Hunter, everybody's favorite class to never play against. 4 mana, 4 attack, 3 health, CCG, I don't know how to read that. With a dash roll that reads, get 3 random first edition Demon Hunter cards in mint condition. Meaning you're gonna get Demon Hunter cards that have been not nerfed yet, which they are quite powerful. It's a good card. I'm going to give it 3 stars. 4 mana Fell Spell, Workshop Meshop. Deal 5 damage to a minion, excess damage, damages both neighbors. Outcast gain lifesteal. I've seen this. It was quite interesting, and I was like, oh, very good tool. And you could play this in like big Demon Hunter I've seen around a little bit. It's quite powerful. Lifesteal is nice, and it could be a very nice early game board clear, to be honest. So, I suppose this could very much help you to clear the board and play the next turn your amazing 5 mana miniaturized minion, which is great. So I'm gonna give it 2 stars. 2 mana, laser, laser. That's how you read it. Laser. I don't know how to read that word. Opal Spellstone. Is a 2 mana spell. Draw 1 card. Attack with your hero 2 times to upgrade. Well, Demon Hunter does not like to wait. Demon Hunter loves to instantly play cards, instantly draw cards. But you could still attack. You could have this in your opening and attack 2 times and then draw 2 cards for 2 mana, which is pretty powerful. But nonetheless, Demon Hunter does not really need this card right now, but it's pretty good. I don't know where to put this card in, so maybe aggro that night, probably. So only 2 stars for now. Legendary Mech Demon, 8 mana. Mageteridion. I don't know how to do that. Unreleased. Is a 12/12 mech demon that's dormant for 2 turns, and while dormant, it does 3 damage to all enemies at the end of your turn, which I've been blasted a lot during the Theorycraft stream, because this card can be cheated for 1 mana from the miniaturized thing, and it was really, really intensive. This card on its own is really bad, but you can cheat this card out and it's gonna be really disgusting, and you can make it even more powerful with other cards that are available. So I'm gonna give it 4 stars. It's pretty strong. 2 mana, 0 attack, 3 health, undead. Spirit of the Team. Stealth for 1 turn. Your hero has 2 attack on your turn. I've been playing against this, and I really didn't like it. It's really not fun. 1 star. I don't like this card one bit. 3 mana, 3 attack, 2 durability, weapon, Umpire's Grasp. With a natural that reads, draw a demon and reduce its cost by 2. So this is one of the synergies I'm talking about that's making that demon better, and there's other cards this makes better. Nonetheless, this enables some pretty good combos, and I'm gonna give it 4 stars for now. Super sweet. And here's the miniaturized minion. 5 mana, 6 attack, 5 health demon. Window Shopper. Huh, that's me. With Miniaturize, we all know what Miniaturize does. When you play a minion with Miniaturize, is going to get a copy in your hand that's a 1/1 and costs 1. And this has the battle cry that says, discover a demon, set its stats and cost to these minions. Which means if you discover the 8 mana guy, it's going to be 5/6/5, which is really good. And if you discover it from the 1 mana version of this, it's going to be 1 mana, which I've been blasted a lot with. So yeah, this is a really fun card nonetheless. I'm going to give it 5 stars. I actually like this card. And this is one of the cards that enables more synergies for the 8 mana legendary Demon Hunter card. 1 mana spell called Red Card, make a minion go dormant for 2 turns. This could be helpful when opponent has a taunt or a mantle or some powerful minion you want to get rid of for 2 turns. You can play this, or you can play this on your amazing 8. Is that card 8 mana? 8 mana demon. I hope it is 8 mana. I'm pretty sure it is. Nonetheless, 3 stars. Pretty powerful card. Pretty good. 2 mana Blind Box, which I've been literally, what in the world is this? I love it. Okay. Get 2 random demons, outcast, discover them instead. Oh, lovely card. Blind Box. Absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna give it 5 stars because I love it. 4 mana, 3 attack, and 3 health, Quillbore, Ball Hog with Lifesteal, Battlecry, and Dash Shadow deal 3 damage to the lowest health enemy. This is quite a very good control card. I would say this could be played in a lot of amazing decks, but not in Big Demon. Maybe you could fit it in. For now, I don't really have a space in the thing, but it's a really good card. It's a really good card. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Moving on to the next class, which is Druid, 5 mana, Woodland Wonders. That reads, summon 2/1/5 beetles with taunt, cost 3 less if you have spell damage. Spell damage is quite easy to get in Druid, and this could potentially be pretty powerful. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. 3 mana arcane spell, Sparkling Pial. I don't know what that is. Deal 2 damage. Your next card this turn costs that much less. So this could potentially be a very game-breaking card, which makes things very difficult to play. You could potentially play this for 0 mana and deal like 5 damage or more with spell damage that Druid currently has, and you could play some amazing, crazy nonsense combos that OTK your opponents, which I'm not a huge fan of, but nonetheless, I'm gonna give this card 4 stars because it's good, can't lie. And here's the 1 mana location, 3 durability, Magical Dollhouse. Gain spell damage +1 this turn only. Well, we've all seen what this does, right? No, you haven't? Okay. So I've seen this in action and it's quite despicable. My opponent had 2 of these played on the board and used both of them, and also played a legendary that makes things even more crazy. Nonetheless, this is a really good tool for making an OTK deck, which I'm not a huge fan of, but here it is, 3 stars. 2 mana arcane spell, Bottomless Toy Chest. Amazing. Discover a card from your deck. If you have spell damage, copy it. Splendid. That's a really good synergy with this. That's what you should use that card for, not OTK your opponent. That's just boring. Like, you might as well just play Malygos in Wild and go face with Moonfire. Like, but whatever floats your goat. Nonetheless, Bottomless Toy Chest, amazing, 5 stars, lovely card. And here's the legendary 7 mana 6/6, all non-use. I can't read that. That has spell damage +1. Your spells get double bonus from spell damage, which is quite interesting. This is like Sif. This is literally like Sif for Mage, but for Druid, and it's despicable as well, which is gonna be so fun to play. I can't wait to get OTK'd every single game with this card. Well, because I love Hearthstone, I want to be fair, I'm gonna give this card 4 stars. But because people are gonna use this for OTK, 0 stars. Ew, no thank you. 6 mana 5/5, Sky Mother Avian, a Battlecry that reads, shuffle 3/10 random legendary minions into your deck. They cost 1. Absolutely 6 stars. I love this card. In comparison with that, this is amazing. Some people will say, ew, this is really bad, useless. Yeah, I mean, just play this and OTK your opponent. So fun. When you can play this and discover and get amazing legendaries that are 1 mana in your deck. But of course, you're not going to do that. You're going to play this and OTK your opponent because, you know, OTKing is victory and this is not victory. But nonetheless, 6 stars. Love this card. Splendid. Best design. Amazing. Beautiful. 2 mana minion with 2 attack, 1 health. Wind Up Sapling. With tradable with the Battlecry that reads, refresh 1 mana crystal, trade to upgrade. Well, you gotta trade at least 2 times to make this better. But I guess you need to trade like 4 times to make this even better. But you could play this in OTK spell damage Druid, but why would you do that when you can play Wild and play 0 mana Malygos on turn 5 and go face and whatever? But I guess whatever floats your goat. Amazing, isn't it? Anyway, I'm not a huge fan of this. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I hope people are not gonna play it. 1 mana 1/1 Jade Display. Natural, your Jade displays have +1/+1 this game. Shuffle 2 of them into your deck. This is quite difficult to make work in Standard, and I don't know why would you play this in Wild, but we'll see how this works. There is not much support for this card, and I don't think it will. Just like for the Priest card, there's a similar card for Priest that hasn't seen play one bit because there's no support. How are you supposed to draw this card? Literally 5-star for the design, but it needs buffs. This card needs buffs. So it should say Battlecry, not that Trottle. It should say Battlecry, draw 1 Jade Display, and Battlecry shuffle 2 into your deck. And +1/+1 to the next Jade you play. Yeah, it's extremely slow, extremely weak. I mean, I know it's a 1 mana card, but still, not that great. 2 stars, needs to get buffed. 3 mana nature spell for Druid and Smallen. Nature spell, reduce the cost and attack of minions in your deck by 1. Which I was like, this is quite interesting. I mean, you could play this in Malygos, new Malygos, spell damage Druid, and OTK your opponent, I suppose. Or you can have fun and play amazing cards. Yeah, so 2 stars. Next card is a very intriguing card, Kia Drake, 4 mana, 2 attack, 4 health, dragon. Miniaturize, choose 1 gain, +1 spell damage, or draw a spell. Of course, you're gonna play this in OTK spell damage Druid, which I'm not a huge fan of, but besides of you trying to OTK your opponent, some other people might try to make some fun stuff, fun combos, except OTK, which is ew. Not cool. But here we are. 2 stars because you played in OTK decks. Moving on to the next class, which is Hunter, everybody's favorite class to never play against. 2 mana fetch, draw a minion. If it's a beast, draw a spell. Absolutely fantastic, 5 stars, pretty good. 7 mana 7/6 beast with rush, natural, deal 5 damage to a random enemy. Pretty cool, pretty cool, I would say. Nonetheless, I am a huge fan of this card. I love it and I like it. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Oh, I forgot to read the name. The name of the card is called Tyrannosaurus. Another Hunter card. It's a 5 mana, 0 attack, 3 health. Miniaturize, natural, get a copy of a random beast in your deck. It costs 5 less. Very interesting card, but very difficult to play. I think it's very fun. If you can pull this off, it's going to be fantastic. The card is called Mystery Egg. 2 stars, needs some buff. I believe this card should be 4 mana or 3 even. It's just a little bit too weak. 2 mana spell, Patchwork Pulse. Get all 3 animal companions. They cost 1 less. I already saw this and it's absolutely amazing. And you already saved 1 mana for playing this card. And I think it's quite a very useful tool. And Hunter's gonna love playing this card. 5 stars, pretty beautiful, amazing. Jungle Gym, 2 mana location, 3 durability, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. Repeat for each friendly beast. I've already saw this and I very much didn't like it one bit. So my opponent played 2 of these and literally 5 beasts, and I was like, oh, I'm dead. Yep, it was turn 4. I was dead. So yeah, Jungle Gym should be 100% nerfed to 5 mana or not go face. It's absolutely disgusting. 6 stars will most likely get nerfed or hotfix banned. Absolutely game-breaking card. I don't know how is this 2 mana and 3 durability and absolutely game-breaking card. The first game-breaking card that's gonna make Hearthstone. Not very fun with hunters around. 4 mana, spell for hunter, air, sea, rampage. Summon 6/1/1 hounds. Any that can't fit gave your others +1/+1. I've already saw this and it's pretty powerful and it's synergizing with the legendaries. I'm going to give it 3 stars. Pretty good card. Remote control weapon. 2 mana, 1 attack, 3 durability after your hero attacks. Summon a 1/1 hound. I've already played against this and it's really synergizing with the location. Absolutely game breaking. Game breaking. This should be most likely nerfed to 3 mana or 1 durability. It's ridiculously overpowered. Ridiculously overpowered. Game breaking card. Game breaking card. 6 stars. Absolutely game breaking card. Too powerful. Too powerful. 2 mana 3/2 beast. Battlecry. Give each other friendly beast. Give each other friendly beast a random bonus effect. I've already seen this in action and goodness hunter, this expansion looks game breaking. 6 stars. Absolutely despicable. Painted. Canavasaur, I guess. Absolutely game-breaking card, 6 stars. Will most likely get nerfed. 5 mana, 3/6. Hamet Foam Marksman. After a friendly beast dies, get a random legendary beast from the past. It costs 2 less. Absolutely lovely card. I love this card. I think it's amazing. I'm gonna give it 2 stars. Oh, 2 stars. I was looking at my OBS. 3 stars. Amazing. Super splendid. Very nice design. Very smart design. I love it. King Plush. 9 mana. 6/6 beast. Charge. Battlecry that reads return all minions with less attack than this to their owner's decks. Absolutely pretty amazing. It's King Crush with charge with a very interesting Battlecry. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I love it. Moving on to the next class, which is Mage. A mana shadow spell called Yogg in the Box. Cast 5 random spells. If your deck has no minions, the spells cast cost 5 or more. I've already played with this a bunch of times and I'm gonna say 5 stars already. It's beautiful, amazing. If your opponent is not a hunter, you're gonna have a good time. Yet another good, interesting card, and I actually liked it. 6 mana, Manufacturing Error. Draw 3 cards. If your deck has no minions, they cost 3 less. Splendid. This is literally Demon Hunter spell before it got nerfed. And you don't need to have all cast, which is really bad. So basically, no minion mage. I played, was fun. This is good. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. You are gonna need this. At least 1 if you don't want to play 2. You're gonna be grateful for having this. Drawing 3 cards that cost 3 less is gonna be amazing. So trust me. This, on the other hand, 4 mana spell, Spot the Difference. That reads, discover 3 cost minion to summon. If your deck has no minions, repeat this. This one was very surprising and very powerful. There is a variety of 3 cost cards, 3 cost minions that are very powerful. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. It's pretty lovely, very strong card. It's genuinely very interesting. And this should be buffed a little bit, but nonetheless it's still pretty good. 5 mana frost spell, Frost Lich Cross Stitch. Deal 4 damage to a character. If it dies, summon a 3/6 water that freezes. Nonetheless, very good. The water that freezes, I believe, is 4 mana, I think, if they haven't buffed it. And you're paying 1 extra mana to deal 4 damage. Nonetheless, not bad. In my opinion, this should be 4 mana. But nonetheless, it's a really powerful card. I'm going to give it 3 stars. Moving on to an elemental minion, 4 mana 4/4, Watercolor Artist. Battlecry that reads, draw a frost spell at the start of your turns, reduce its cost by 1. Quite intriguing. Quite intriguing. This card could very much fit with that, but haven't played with this card, so I'm not very sure where to put this. So I'm gonna give it 3 stars for now. Oh no, 2 stars. No, 2 stars. 2 stars. It's fine. 5 mana 3/4 elemental with miniaturize Sleet Shaker with a battle cry that reads freeze an enemy minion, gain armor equal to its attack. Which means if your opponent has like 1000 attack, you're gonna get 1000 armor, which is great. There's no play breaker in standard. This card is definitely very interesting, but I believe it should be 3 mana. You might be saying, what? It's pretty slow. If your opponent is not Hunter or Rogue or Demon Hunter, you might have fun with this. But if you play with those opponents, this is 2 stars. A 2 mana spell, discover a secret, set its cost to 1. This has been quite fun to play, but there is no objection anymore, so only 2 stars. No more objection. The strongest secret in the game ever. Nonetheless, it's a good card, so do as you please. 2 stars. 4 mana 3/4 elemental battle cry, deal 2 damage to a random enemy 3 times, which has been quite interesting to see, and is going to be pretty useful, but this goes face, so I'm going to give it only 3 stars. And my favorite spell from Mage is a 10 mana arcane spell, the Galactic Projection Orb. That reads, recast a random spell of each cost you've cast this game. Targets enemies if possible. Been playing with this. Been having so much fun with this. Had so much fun with this, and it was amazing. Absolutely so fun. I'm gonna give it 6 stars because I love this card. I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna play it because everybody's gonna play Face Hunter, Face Rogue, and Face Demon Hunter, because why would you not play the best decks in the game when you can play fun stuff like this? 6 stars, lovely card, absolutely splendid, super fun. 6 mana 5/5, Puzzle Master Khadgar, legendary card for Mage, legendary minion. With the battle cry that reads, equip a 0/6 Wisdom Ball that casts helpful mage spells. First, if your opponent has no weapon removals, this is going to be really good. Really good. 5 stars. 5 stars. Really good card. Moving on to the next class, which is Paladin. 6 mana 3/5 minion with tradable Wind Up Enforcer with a tradable. And but the cry that reads, summon 1 copy of this minion, trade to upgrade. I've seen this card played, and quite useful, quite amazing. I like it. I think it's cool. But in my opinion, this needs to be 5 mana. But alright. 3 stars for now. 2.5. Moving on to Pipsy Pain Huff. 7 mana 4/4, natural summon a random Divine Shield, rush, and taunt minion from your deck. Amazing. I've seen this card played. It was fantastic. And I liked it. But the problem with this card is not a battle cry, and it's slow, and it's 7 mana. And Paladin is currently playing face place, so this is not going to have space. So only gets 2 stars. Not that great. Moving on to a weapon, 4 mana 2 attack, 3 durability, lifesteal. After your hero attacks, give minions in your hand +1/+1. In my opinion, this should be 3 mana, but that'll be too powerful. But I guess nonetheless, 2 stars, not the best, not the worst. 4 mana spell for Paladin, flash sale. Summon a 1/2 mech with Divine Shield, and taunt, give your minions +1/+2. I've seen this played, and it was quite good, quite powerful, quite great. Gonna give it 3 stars. 3 mana 2/3 Trinket Artist. Battle cry, draw a Divine Shield minion and an aura. Absolutely great card. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. You're gonna love this one. 7 mana Crafter's Aura. It's a holy spell that says at the end of your turn, summon a random 6-cost minion. Lasts 3 turns. Quite a nice card, but you can choose what that 6-cost minion is. Could be a 1/1 if you're playing wild. Could be a 10/10 or something. Yeah. Nonetheless, it's a good card. But I haven't seen this played because it does not have a space. It doesn't have a deck yet. So 2 stars. 4 mana 4/4 cardboard golem battlecry. Increase the duration of your auras in your hand, deck, and battlefield by 1. Quite powerful, but in my opinion, this should be a 3 mana card, but nonetheless, it gets 3 stars. 1 mana fancy packaging. Give a minion with Divine Shield +2/+3. I feel like I've seen this before. I think it was like, if you're holding a dragon, give a minion with Divine Shield +2/+. Wasn't it? It's a good card. It's a good card. Interesting card. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. 5 mana, 3/7 legendary minion for Paladin, Toy Captain Tarim. With miniaturized Taunt Battlecry, set a minion's attack and halt this minions. Which, at first, it's not that great, but the 1/1 is gonna be great. So, you're gonna play this on your own minion, and the 1/1 on enemy minion, which is gonna be game-breaking, and you'll love it. I'm gonna give this guy 5 stars. Pretty good. 3 mana 3/2 beast. Tigress plushie with miniaturize, rush, divine shield, and lifesteal. Quite pretty good card. I would call this a Ziliax, if I will. If I may. It's amazing. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. Moving on to everybody's favorite class, Priest. 6 mana 3/7 dragon, clay matriarch. Miniaturized taunt natural summon a 4/4 whelp with elusive. Elusive can't be targeted by spells and hero powers. I played with this card, was quite annoying, and I liked it. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Pretty good card. 4 mana fly off the shelves. Deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. Repeat for each dragon you're holding. I played with this card, it was quite powerful, and I loved it. And it was interesting to see. So, yeah, I'm gonna give it 3 stars. A good removal if you're playing Dragon Priest. 2 mana Holy Spell, Purifying Powers, silence all friendly minions, then give them +1/+2. Silence Priest is back. Currently, this card does not really have a space in my book, unless you're playing like an aggro deck and you really want to play this. But nonetheless, I don't think you should, so I'm gonna give it 2 stars. 2 mana Scale Replica. Draw your lowest and highest cost dragon. I had a lot of fun playing with this, and you'll love playing this card. 5 stars, super good. 5 mana 4 attack, 6 health dragon. Time Winder. Zarimi. Battlecry that reads, once per game, if you've summoned 5 other dragons, take an extra turn. Well, this is game-breaking card. Nonetheless, I would say amazing card. I'm gonna give it 6 stars. 6 stars. Potentially nerf potential card. 3 mana, 2 attack, 5 health. Papercraft Angel. Your hero power costs 0. Why would you want that to be 0? Well, there is most likely gonna be an OTK in Wild. I guess there is already with God, I forgot how it's called. Raza the Chained, right? Nonetheless, it's a good card, good stats, good stuff, good stuff. Gonna give it 3 stars. 3 mana, 3 attack, 3 health, natural that reads, get 2 0 cost bandages that restore 3 health. Careless Crafter. I've already saw this played and it was quite interesting, and I would say it could make a deck. Not my favorite, but 3 stars. Careless Crafter. 7 mana spell, Repackage. That reads, shuffle all minions into a 2 cost box, then shuffle it into the opponent's deck. This was absolutely unexpected. I did not really know how this works, but I already played with it. I wanted to make the cards review after I played the Theorycraft. So many people made, cards review before the Theorycraft. I make it after because I have experience. I know what this card does. I know how it goes. And let me tell you, this is absolutely so good. So good. I'm going to give it 5 stars. I love this card. Really cool. Really good. Splendid. Very nice. 4 mana, 4 attack, 3 health. Chalk Artist. Battlecry that reads draw a minion, transform it into a random legendary one, keep its original stats and cost. This is very difficult to play. This is most likely an arena card. Nonetheless, 2 stars. 5 mana, 5/5, Raza D Resealed. Battlecry for the rest of the game. Your hero power refreshes whenever you play a card. I already played with this and it was quite interesting, quite good, and nonetheless, in control decks, it's going to be super splendid. And you do not need to play Highlander. You could play this in Thief Priest, which could be very useful, especially with the card that makes your hero power cost 0. I would say. I'm going to give it 4 stars. Moving on to everybody's favorite class to never play. Just kidding. Or am I? 3 mana, 3 attack, Pirate, 2 health. Bargain Bin Buccaneer with Rush and combo that reads summon a copy of this. Of course, Rogue is gonna play 0 mana 0/0/0 plus 50 bajillion zeros and 0/0/0 and go OTK. I want to make a honest review, even though I very much do not like cheating with nonsense prep, Shadow Step, and other nonsense coins and whatever. Gonna be fair. This is good. Gonna give it 3 stars. 1 mana, draw a minion. If it's a pirate, get a coin. 2 stars. I'm not a fan of this. Coins for rogues should not exist because coins for rogues means they are gonna cheat and go crazy. 2 stars. Oh, the card is called Dig for Treasure. 2 mana, 2 attack, 3 health, Toy Boat. After you summon a pirate, draw a card. A very good synergy with the combo Pirate Guy, which potentially this draws 2 cards. Nonetheless, very good card, 3 stars. A 5 mana, 4 attack, 3 health, Pirate, Sandbox, Scoundrel with miniaturized Battlecry. Your next card this turn costs 3 less. This is unfortunately another game-breaking card. Another game-breaking card. Sadly, this gets 6 stars. Most likely, most definitely will get nerfed to probably banned or 7 stars or 10 stars. 10 mana, I mean, stars. Absolutely very, very not fun. I am totally not okay with this. It's way too much cheat. Mana cheat should not be a thing, especially in rogues. They go nuts. A 4 mana weapon for rogue with 3 attack, 3 durability, Water Cannon. After your hero attacks, summon a 1/1 pirate that attacks a random enemy. It's a very interesting card. Very good, I believe. But I'm not a huge fan of weapons, so it gets only 2 stars. Weapons in general are very overpowered. That's why we have weapon removals, to keep them in check. 6 mana, 5/5 pirate, Shoplifter Goldbeard. That's not okay. After you summon a pirate, summon a copy of it that attacks a random enemy, then dies. Absolutely despicable card. I do not approve this. Not one bit. It gets 6 stars. Game-breaking card, should not exist. But to be fair, it gets 0 stars from me. I do not like this one bit. Not interactive, not fun. Game-breaking. Why? I don't like it. Should not have been made. Very toxic, not synergizing, and shoplifting is a crime. Moving on to 2 mana Thirstly Tea set, which I like tea. Discover a spell from another class, get a copy of it. Absolutely splendid. We should make more cards like this. 5 stars. Lovely. Absolutely lovely card. Marvelous. A mana spell for rogue. Everything must go. Summon 2 random 4-cost minions. Cost 1 less for each card you've drawn this turn. Potentially to be 1 or 0 mana to play this card. You need to draw 8 cards, but yeah. Everything must go gets 2 stars. At first I was like, mana cheat so much, but drawing 8 cards a lot. But rogues love drawing a billion cards. 2 stars, not a huge fan. 3 mana location for Rogue that has 3 durability called the Crystal Cove. The next minion you summon this turn has its stats set to 4/4. At first, I was like, wow, the Crystal Cove, what a beautiful name for a card. And I was looking at the art, what a beautiful art. And when I saw this card being played, I was like, well, that's not that crazy. Nonetheless, it's pretty good. 2 mana, 2 stars, 2 mana. Yet another rogue card. It's a legendary 4 mana 3/3 Sonia Water Dancer that reads, after you play a 1-cost card, get a copy of it that costs 0. I already played against this. People already played this card a lot. And let me tell you, this is yet again another game-breaking card that will most likely get banned, hotfixed banned, or hotfixed nerfed. Absolutely game-breaking card, game-cheating card, makes no sense to exist. Cheating like crazy. People did OTK left and right. OTK on turn like whatever, and it just absolutely game-breaking card. It gets 6 stars for its actual card, but from me, this card gets 0 stars. Absolutely vile, rotten, not cool card. Not one bit. Too much cheat. Way too much cheat. Moving on to another class. It's called Shaman, everybody's favorite class. 6 mana, 5/5, Shatter Block. Miniaturized that has a Battle Cry that reads, your next Battle Cry triggers 3 times but can't damage the enemy hero. Already play with this. Absolutely fantastic, fabulous card. 5 stars. So nice. What a great design. What a great design. And here's another Shaman card. 5 mana legendary for 4. Hagata the Fabled. Battle Cry that reads, draw 2 spells that cost 5 or more. Transform them into slimes that cast the spells. This has been quite such a pleasure to play with. In combination with Shadow Block, I had so much fun, so interesting, so much synergy, so much combo. Splendid card. 5 stars. Beautiful. Very well designed, unlike Rogue. 7 mana, 3 attack, 7 health. Elemental Shining Sentinel. With Taunt, Elusive, and Battle Cry, summon a copy of this. Synergizes very well with Shadow Block. I had so much fun playing with it, and it's actually pretty good. Gonna give it 3 stars. 6 mana spell that definitely works with Hagata. Once upon a time nature spell that summons a random 3-cost beast, dragon, elemental, and Warlock. So cool. So nice. Absolutely great. 5 stars. Beautiful card. 7 mana arcane spell, Wish Upon a Star. Give +2/+3 to all minions in your hand, deck, and battlefield. Once again, another good Hagata card to play in your deck. So much fun. I played it. It was great. I loved it. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. A little bit difficult to play if you draw it and not draw it from Hagata, but it's still pretty good nonetheless. 3 mana location, Fairy Tale Forest. When I first saw the card art, I was like, oh, I wanna live there. I wanna live there. Take me there. The location has 2 durability that reads, draw a Battle Cry minion. It costs 1 less. And I played it. Amazing. It drew Shadow Block. It drew Hagata. Very good tool. It's a nice card draw. It's great. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. 4 mana fire spell, Baking Soda Volcano, that has lifesteal and does deal 10 damage, randomly split among all minions, including yours, that has Overload 1. A very good early game removal and also healer. I've been having a blast playing with it, and let me tell you, it's a good card against hunters. So I'm gonna give it 3 stars, because why not? I would have gave it 4 stars if he had no overload, but hey, here we are. 4 mana, 4/4, Sand Art Elemental. Miniaturize, give your hero +1 attack and Wind Fury this turn. I've been attacked by this despicable card creature. Wasn't pleasant, was quite disrespectful. Heroes with 1 attack and Wind Fury is quite game-breaking. Wind Fury is one of the most game-breaking things, and giving your hero Wind Fury, meaning you can strike opponent's face, which in my opinion is despicable, rude, and very toxic. I'm gonna give it 4 stars, but for ethical design, I'm gonna give it 0 stars. Really not cool. Really, really not cool. It works with Shadow Block as well. Very toxic. Very toxic. 0 stars for ethical reasons. 5 stars, 4 stars for actual card. Pop Book. 1 mana spell, that's nature. Deal 1 damage, summon 2 1/2 frogs with nature. I also played this card, which was amazing. Shut up. My watch is telling me stop. Yeah, I know the battery's low. Shut up. It's a good card nonetheless. 1 mana deal 2 damage, summon frogs. Great. You might need some taunts early game because hunters. 2 stars, not bad. 3 mana Shadow Spell, incredible value. Discover a 4-cost minion. Set its attack and health to 7. He should have said set its stats to 7. Why does he say health and attack? Set its stats to 7. I mean, that would make it 7 mana too, right? I guess it's more specific, right? So yeah, nonetheless, amazing. Very good card. I haven't played with it yet, but 3 mana 7/7. Yeah, that must be good. It does not even overload you and is a shadow card. So yeah, 3 stars. Very good. Moving on to the next class, which is Warlock. 8 mana 4/4 taunt. Natural summon 2 4/6 knights with taunt and is a demon. Wrecked Queen. Haven't played with this. Looks pretty slow, but nonetheless, it's good with some other cards. I'm gonna give it 3 stars for now. 10 mana Table Flip Shadow Spell. Deal 3 damage to all minions, cost 1 less for each other card in your hand. Basically, this could be 0. 0 mana deal 3 damage to all enemy minions is really good. The card art is absolutely fascinating, incredible, amazing. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. 3 mana 3 attack. Sketch Artist with a Battlecry that reads draw a shadow spell. Get a temporary copy of it. Splendid. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. Beautiful card. Beautiful card. 3 mana shadow spell. Cursed Champagne. Champagne? I don't know. Probably. Give a friendly minion that will summon 2 copies of this minion that are dormant for 2 turns. This is very useful in big Warlock, big Demon Warlock. And, well, that could be a thing. That could be a thing. Nonetheless, I like this card. Quite powerful. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. 4 mana, 4 attack, 3 health. Tabletop Role Player. Miniaturize, Battlecry, give a friendly demon +2 attack and immune this turn. That's quite useful, especially in big demons, I would say. I would make this card 3 mana to be 5 stars, but nonetheless, it's a 4-star card. 3 mana, 5 attack, 6 health, Demon, Malefic Rock. Battlecry, attack your hero. Quite a betrayal, am I right? Interesting card. Looks like Blizzard went with like a checkers or whatever. Is that chess? Kind of art style. Maybe you played this in Questline, Demon Seed, Warlock in Wild, maybe? In Standard, I don't think you'll play this unless your hero has immune. Which I don't think it does. Do we still have the card that gives you immune? Anyway, I'm not a huge fan. 2 stars, not good. It's a legendary card, 5 mana, 3 attack, 6 health, Game Master Nemzi. Battlecry, draw a demon that will swap places with it. This is not good with Sargeras, so that's pretty sad. But nonetheless, I've seen some big demons out there. This could be very useful with them. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty useful. Pretty good. Pretty good. 3 stars. Not the best, but maybe not the best. 3.5 stars. 2 mana shadow spell, end game, resurrect your last demon that died. Last demon that died. This could be very useful. And it's a shadow spell you could draw with a 3 mana minion. So I'm gonna give it 4 star. Resurrect mechanic is quite busted, and we all know that because priest. Moving on to a 9 mana spell for Warlock. Crane Game. Summon copies of 2 demons in your deck. So you could play like big demons, and they could be humongous. So this could be like 2 Voidlords or something. I mean, in wild, in standard, I mean, nonetheless, lovely card. It's very expensive, but I like it. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. And everybody's favorite card, a mana shadow spell, Wheel of Death! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. That reads, destroy your deck in 5 turns, destroy the enemy hero. Which is quite a lot. 5 turns requires you to at least be on turn 13. Or, I guess, something like that. Which, you know, not very many games are going to turn 13. You are most likely fighting for your life since you have no cards left in your deck. Unless you'll find a way to get a bunch of cards in your deck back. And there is some support for this. There is a 30 mana card that is supporting this, but it's going to be a quite meme card to play. I'm going to give it 5 stars for memes, and for actual how good it is, I'm going to give it 2 stars. I very much doubt people are going to make this go crazy. I mean, hunters are going to go crazy on turn 5, and you're probably dead on turn 5, so. Somebody said Tony's back. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess Tony is a good card to play, since you don't have a deck, and your opponent might have one. So I guess Blizzard made Tony useful. Okay, still, nonetheless, you are paying 8 mana for this. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be a very nice challenge to do, though. This is probably one of the OTK decks I'm okay with, since it's interesting. Unless people are gonna cheat this card like crazy somehow. People always find ways to cheat. Moving on to the last class, everybody's favorite class, Control Warrior. That's right. 9 mana, 3 attack, 9 health, mech, bot face that has taunt. After this takes damage, get 2 random minis. Which was absolutely fabulous. I played with this, was fun. Minis are really cool. There's a bunch of them that are not. They don't really work very well, but there's a lot of them that are really good. And bot face is great. You'll love to play with bot face. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. 5 mana spell, chemical spell, summon the highest cost minion from your hand, then deal 5 damage to it. You can play this, it's still pretty good nonetheless. And chemical spell gets, because it's a cheat card, gets 4 stars, has potential to be very powerful. 2 mana safety goggles, gain 6 armor, cost 0 if you don't have any armor. This is a very interesting card, very difficult to play in decks, especially now that we don't have 40 cards decks anymore, which I very much love, and we don't have anymore. Pretty sad. Nonetheless, this gets 3 stars. 4 mana 3/3 lab patron. The first time you gain armor, each turn summon another lab patron. Very, very, I mean, synergizes very well with that, but not that great. Only gets 2 stars. You cannot stack this. It's 1 per turn. So yeah. Quality Assurance, 2 mana spell, draw 2 taunt minions. Absolutely so fabulous. You would love this card. Just like the priest spell that draws dragons, this draws taunts, which is absolutely splendid. 5 stars, beautiful card. 6 mana, 4 attack, 8 health, mech, taunt, natural, deal 8 damage, randomly split among all enemies, which was absolutely fabulous. Testing dummies called. I'm gonna give it 5 stars because this card enables Dr. Boom, the new card, which is not here yet. 3 mana spell, Recum and Decum. You cannot put that card. You cannot have that title. My goodness. Okay. Choose a friendly mech, summon a copy of it that attacks a random enemy, then dies. Nonetheless, I played it with this, which was great. It was good. It's good. It's good. 4 stars. It's good. 4 mana weapon, 3 attack, 2 durability. Miniaturized natural, trigger the natural of a random friendly mech. Yep. It was good. It was good. You can literally trigger that twice. You could... I'm pretty sure people are gonna make OTK with this. This is like the rogue weapon, but balanced, you know? The rogue weapon, that's 3 mana. Yeah, it should be 4. Anyway, very good card. 3 stars, pretty good. 5 mana, 5/5, Fireworker Mech. Natural that reads summon 2 1/1 bots. Warning, bots might explode. We all know what the bots are. They do between 1 and 4 damage to a random enemy, which is quite good. It's quite good. It's quite good. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. And here it is, Inventor Boom, 8 mana, 7/7. In my opinion, this should be 7 mana. Blizzard, Blizzard, Blizzard. I see you. Why is it not 7 mana? Why is it not 7 mana? With the battle cry that reads resurrect 2 friendly mechs that cost... Oh, now I see why it's not 7. Because Brand and Wild. They can play coin, Blizzard. Battle cry resurrect 2 friendly mechs that cost 5 or more. They immediately attack random enemies. They probably haven't made it to 7 mana because you can play Brand in this. But you can play Brand anyway. Deep Miner Brand. That's right. You can make an amazing deck with Deep Miner Brand, and this is a battle cry, and it's gonna be absolutely amazing. Gonna give it 6 stars. Love this card. And I guess that's it. I promise to review the neutrals. That's gonna happen in the next episode. This video is already 1 hour long. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this review. It's my honest opinion on cards. Unfortunately, Rogue is not very fun, this expansion, is it? As always. Shadow Step is still in standard. I guess one day they'll nerf that. Anyway, bye. Thank you for watching.